Zacchaeus was a wee little man, and a wee little man was he. He climbed up in a sycamore tree, for the Lord he wanted to see. And as the Savior passed that way, he looked up in the tree, and he said, "Zacchaeus, come on down, 'cause you're going to my house today." As you can see, I'm actually in a tree today. It's not a sycamore tree. It's actually a tree with a lot of pollinating bees in it. Bumblebees flying from flower to flower, inserting their long proboscises into the little tube and sucking up nectar. Actually, I don't think bumblebees have proboscises. Jesus entered Jericho and was passing through. A man was there by the name of Zacchaeus. He was a chief tax collector and wealthy. He wanted to see Jesus, but being short, he could not see because of the crowd. So he ran ahead and climbed a sycamore fig tree to see him, since he was coming that way. When Jesus reached the spot, he looked up at him and said, "Zacchaeus, come down immediately, for I'm going to stay at your house today." Okay, so this is the way I take it. There's 4 important things that we're going to focus on from the story of Zacchaeus. Number 1 is Zacchaeus. Number 2 is Jesus. 3 and 4 might not be so obvious. 3 is the crowds, and 4 is the sycamore tree. So let's look at Zacchaeus first. Zacchaeus has no friends because he's a tax collector. Nobody likes him or will give him the time of day. He's a liar, he's a thief. Tax collectors back in Roman times would add as much money as they wanted onto everybody's bill, and they would make huge profits, and there was nothing that people could do about it. So although Zacchaeus has a ton of money, he has no friends. But regardless, he climbs up in the sycamore tree in order to see Jesus. Not something a typical government official would do. So as soon as Jesus sees Zacchaeus in the tree, he says, "Zacchaeus, come down." And Jesus says, "Zacchaeus, I'm going to your house today." When Jesus goes to Zacchaeus' house, Zacchaeus totally changes the way that he's been acting. He totally has a complete 180-degree change of heart. And he says that not only is he going to stop cheating people, but he's also going to pay back what he owes 4 times over. And he's going to give half of his money to the poor. So maybe you're like Zacchaeus. Maybe what you need most right now is for Jesus to come to your house and clean out the things that are keeping you from a better relationship with him. Or maybe you're like the crowd. Maybe you're a person that because of what you do, you keep people from seeing Jesus. And I'm not saying that to make anyone feel bad. I'm saying that because there's hope for us. There's hope for us as hypocrites, as liars, as the broken people that we really are. There's hope for us to change and become less like the crowd and more like the sycamore tree. Sycamore tree is who we should strive to be like. Our mission should be, through our actions, through the way that we live our lives, to represent Jesus and to act like the sycamore tree, to allow someone to go around the crowds, go around the things that are keeping them from a relationship with God, and really see God for who he is, to allow them to see God in us. And through that, have a relationship with God, have Jesus come to their house and make them new. One last thing. Alan brought this up in his video, and he really got me thinking. What he talked about was how some people read stories in the Bible and take them literally, and some people read them as just parables. I've been thinking about that a lot lately, and I was kind of wondering what everybody else thought. It seems to me like that's one of the topics that has like a lot of debate going on, and I thought it'd be really interesting if you guys maybe posted some comments or video responses, whether or not you think this stuff actually happened, or was more like a metaphor for how we should live. And I think Alan and Tosh and I will all be interested to hear what you guys think. So have a good week, guys. Be blessed.